Hi guys, Ian here, thanks for tuning in. As you can see in today's video, I've got a couple of stools here. They're there to provide a little bit of evidence of how the club should swing in the backswing, in the downswing, and that path should be the same. So if I make a setup here, what I don't want to do is take the club straight back and hit in to that stool. Likewise, I don't want to drag the club too much on the inside to hit this stool. If I allow the club to glide, and it should be going back on a curved motion, I'm not going to hit either of those stools. Now the problem starts when we make a good backswing, and there's a lot of advice saying that you should bring the club downwards and you can have the impact bags and stuff like that. Well, I must say I'm not a fan of that, and I'll explain to you why. If we are trying to do this one, that's a very straight line back down. And remember, the ball's out here, so the motion and the idea of hitting the ball should be back outwards, not straight down in a straight line, because there isn't straight lines in golf. It's rotary motion, circular motion. So let's just examine this. I do this one, let's just avoid the stool there. Now from here, I'm coming so much from the inside to the ball that it's actually really difficult to make a good contact. There has to be some salvage operation to try to, find the ball and clip the ball away. Very difficult to do it on a consistent basis. So let's just revisit that once more here. So I make a decent backswing, and this is where I feel I should be coming. But this one, I know Justin Rose and Sergio Garcia advocate this, and maybe it works for a few people. I don't buy into it. I really don't think that that's correct, because to me it's not logical, and the way my mind works, that if it's not logical, then why would you want to do it? It's not making sense. So if we now go to the other extreme and we say, well, we'll advocate that we should hit this stool, which to be fair is a little bit too far out. So again, this would be somewhat incorrect. But if we had to choose between the two, we couldn't do the perfect path, we had to choose one of these. You hardly ever will see anybody advocating this one into this stool here. But let's just have a look at this. Normal backswing. Oh, I feel like I'm going to come over the top a little bit here, but yeah, maybe I'm just a little bit. Okay, so let's say that's a bit extreme. But if I just avoid the stool there, so same position, and I try to hit the ball, I actually feel like that's quite a nice position. You can see my hands are higher up, which they should be when you make contact with the ball. On a two-dimensional line, if you were to draw a line, then from the club head up to the shoulders here, that's really the only straight line that you're looking to achieve. We certainly don't want this angle, fine at address, but at impact we don't want the shaft and arm angle to be as different as that. So if I'm coming from here, for me the feeling is that I'm going to still have this angle, which I do not want when I'm coming into impact. So again, let's just revisit the stool on the the outward swing here. So again, for me, doesn't feel quite right, does feel a little bit out, but at least I feel like I could hit the ball from here much more consistently than I would if I was trying to practice this all the time. And you know, it's up to you, the viewer, to make your mind up as to which one you think is more logical. Obviously, we'd like to just come back. If we go back on this line, we want to come back on the line we went up. That makes the most sense. However, if you had to choose one, which one would you choose if you were going to practice this? I wouldn't choose that one. I don't like that at all. I feel like it's not offering me a chain reaction, a natural chain reaction back to the ball. And if you look at one or two pros, Fitzpatrick for instance, his downswing starts like so. You look at Ernie Els, he has a very, very slight outward movement at the start of his downswing. And you're talking about some very, very good players, and they're not doing this one. They're not doing this. I really don't see any reason for that. I don't know why Justin Rose is doing that. You have far more success coming this way to the ball, and you can even see here I'm nearly on that stool, and that looks like a really, really good position to hit the ball. But whereas here, well, I'm sorry, but you're just not going to play good golf from there. So let's try a little shot just for a little bit of fun. Not going to hit these stools, or I hope I'm not anyway. I'll have to edit it out if I do. So not a big swing, I haven't got far to go, it's only 130, got a 7-iron, so just a little swing, just trying to trust exactly what I've just said. Yeah, that felt quite nice. So let me know what you think in the comments. As ever, please like and subscribe. It's always appreciated when people subscribe to the channel. And until next time, thanks very much for watching.